Whether you're coming from a boat or a stand, welcome back to the lodge with your hosts, Matthew Dredska.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant. No, come on, no. Dang.
Patrick Mudge.
I really don't know what to say that's funny because I'm not a very funny person.
True.
And Nick Conder.
There's a difference between picking and itching.
Don't tell me they're gone. I won't have nothing left. Don't tell me you're strong and you got no regrets. If thinking about us, thinking about then, thinking about how it could have been, don't cross your mind. So if you're doing fine, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Back to the Lodge is brought to you by Icy Tech USA.
It's the 6 o'clock hour here in West Tennessee. I'm Patrick.
Nah, Matt.
I'm Will.
And I'm Nick.
And we are back to the Lodge. Apparently, according to our producer, we have started season 3.
Oh, wow.
What dictates the seasons?
Ask Justin.
I don't want
I don't know. I think it's so many episodes.
I know I asked that question like I cared. But I didn't.
For the viewers at home.
Yeah, not even for them.
They
I
don't
don't
care.
even know.
Maybe because we
sometimes
took a break.
Sometimes I just say
Yeah, that's
things, but I don't care. But people think I care.
We care.
Good. We'll say no.
No, we care when you open your mouth.
Oh, well.
Never mind. Oh, my gosh.
It's so early. It's too early.
Anyways, as we start off season 3, we kind of was in season 2. Nick's been moved to your office desk there.
Yep.
Where you hold it down with the sound audio and the video production, all that stuff, which is really cool.
That's right.
What you don't know if you're watching from home on Facebook, give us a follow on Facebook if you're watching this. Nick will cue that up there. And you like that?
I did. I didn't hate it.
But in any case, there's a lot of space between us. Like, I mean, if we throw stuff, we might knock something over.
Yeah, there's a lot of equipment sitting right in front of me.
So we don't want to do it. But we can see you.
I get the only clear shot.
You do,
I can
actually.
I think so.
I can make that shot. I'm telling you.
Be careful.
Here we go. At least that won't break anything.
But that's that's going to fly funny. Yeah, give me that.
I'm not going to hit anything.
Oh.
So anyways.
It's your phone.
That's true.
Nick is, man, that was horrible.
And
So
loud.
Nick is running our audio and video here, but remote from here, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It didn't really make sense.
No.
I'm just across the room.
Across the room.
Yeah.
I've got some poles between me and
Right.
you,
Yeah.
and a camera and lights. Oh my God! See, this is why you're not allowed to open your mouth.
I didn't say anything. No, he did that.
It was him.
Liar.
It was my right microphone or headphone, so that'd be you.
It was him.
Can't get me.
Can we get him some wine,
Please.
Anyways, Wine with Will, episode 1. The pilot was a couple weeks ago. Episode 1 was Friday. Not sure what you have in store for us this week.
Hey.
I don't think you do either.
Nope. That's my favorite thing about it. It's
But you
not
can catch
writing
Wine with Will on
anything down.
Fridays, and we did make the executive decision, i.e. I made the decision. The episodes will be at 7 p.m. on Fridays. So that way it gives people time on the West Coast to be a little later in the day. And that was just
Pre-game with me.
one person complained about it, so that was enough. And I'm like, yep.
It was Justin, wasn't
No, actually it wasn't Justin.
Smells like Justin.
it? West Coast.
Actually, I haven't even really talked to Justin, but he'll be here Friday. He won't be on the episode next week, but he'll be in town. Hanging out, probably do some barbecue, and be doing photography.
Next week? You mean this weekend?
This weekend. Did I say next weekend?
Yeah, like 2 days.
This
he'll be
weekend.
here.
He'll be here,
I
Friday.
was going to say, I'm not going to see him, and then you said next week. I'm like, oh, I am going to see him.
No.
I'm not going to see him.
Even if he did, you're busy.
This weekend.
Next weekend.
I've just got a birthday party.
I mean, it's kind of important.
Yeah, it's one day out of the 4 days he would have potentially been here.
It's true.
In any case, you can follow Wine with Will on Back to the Lodge, also on our podcast that's streamed on all platforms. Now, apparently, some of our episodes for the month of March didn't get released yet. I know. That's part of a transition, I guess, we're going through as we're kind of independently being produced now, which is apparently a good thing. I'm still learning as I go.
I don't know.
But in any case, all those episodes should be dumping in the next week.
Okay.
So they'll be back on Google, Apple, Amazon, Libsyn.
What?
What is that one?
What?
I've never heard of that one.
Libsyn?
No.
That's a podcast distribution platform. That's the one we're actually signed with.
There's a lot of lips in here.
Libsyn.
Libsyn.
With a B.
You know, I want your Libsyn.
But Will is taking sponsors for the show. I understand even my brother reached out to a southern distributor of wine and spirits, and that'd be pretty cool, man.
It would be cool.
You could have your own beverage sponsor.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have to like.
I mean, it'd be
I'm
kind of
still
messed
learning.
up.
I don't know what to go buy.
If we gotta like change the show to like wine with bourbon, it just doesn't have the same ring.
No,
And it's not as. I mean, not that bourbon would be bad, but
It would
your
be.
pinky, you know.
Dude, you could have your own line of wine. I did not mean to rhyme that.
What?
What,
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Like
hate
Will's
toilet
wine.
wine.
Will's
Toilet
wine.
You could call it fat and bougie.
Yeah,
House
like
wine.
Yeah.
you have table wine. There's house wine. It could be commode wine. You know, you set it on the back. If you're having a particularly
Yeah.
rough go at it, you know, just what would help? Some nitrites and stuff. You know, like a dual thing. You know, like you got the toilet paper dispenser,
Fiber wine.
the poo-pourri, and then you got the like.
Do you use that?
Chardonnay. What? Poo-pourri?
Yeah.
I'm too cheap for that. Au natural.
Big brand for you.
He cuts a pine
was.
bough and just
I do. You just drop the mic, you know. I don't. No, after the spider incidents here, I don't stay in the bathroom very long.
no,
I haven't
mean,
seen a
it's-
spider in that bathroom
no.
this year.
But this is the first time I walked into the bathroom with it being warm enough,
I didn't go. I
And-
still have to pee.
and I walked in with my phone first, and then saw that the light was clear, and I flipped it on, and didn't see none.
I didn't see any. Knock on wood, though.
I mean, they're not
You
small.
know what I did see today though, and actually I was just talking to my new neighbors about they're not from Tennessee. They're from they're actually both from the Midwest. They were both in the military, bounced around in the military together, and then one of them retired and now lives near me. I'm not going to go into any more detail yet, but they bought a big 130 acres right next to me, and they were asking about the critters around here. You know, what do we have?
Snakes.
And we were talking about snakes.
Snakes.
And
That's nice.
I said, you know,
Slithery
I was just
snake.
talking about how everybody in the South, they see a snake, and they're all cottonmouths, right?
I have all of them.
Well,
Everyone.
most people, yeah.
And 99.9% of those snakes are not cottonmouths.
Right.
They're either, you know,
Black
northern
racer.
water snakes,
Just a water
or
snake,
banded
yeah.
water snakes, or common. Either way,
You got to catch them,
I
kiss them to know.
I accidentally ran a snake over, which I do not try to do.
Right.
Squirrels, I play a game with, but
Coyotes.
they got mine. Anyways, but snakes, I try to avoid because even a bad snake is a good snake.
Yeah.
Well, I hit one on the ride here, and I turned around because I'm curious, and it was a cottonmouth.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's first actual true cottonmouth that I've seen in
This year.
probably a couple years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Last year we had, not this Will, other Will, run over a copperhead with the mower.
Well,
That was impressive.
Found one of those on my road that got ran over, not by me, last year, but I don't see many cottonmouths. I know they're here, and I spend a lot of time on the water, especially bow fishing. How many snakes do we see bow fishing that one night you went?
Well, we see a ton of water snakes for sure.
They're all water
the
snakes.
banded water snakes.
There are cottonmouths, but I
Sure.
got a
We didn't see
special
one.
eye.
We actually watched one fish.
Yeah,
a
we
minnow.
did.
That was the coolest
Yeah.
thing I've ever seen. up close.
Underwater.
Like
Watched it.
personal National Geographic in your face.
Oh, yeah.
They create it was a figure eight. wasn't
Something
it?
like that,
And it
yeah.
creates a whirlpool effect. So when the minnow swims in their little whirlpool,
It disorients them and they-
start spinning and then they can't move.
Right.
So then the snake grabs the minnow. I was like,
It's impressive.
It was really neat.
we
For
watched
everybody,
it, shut the motor off. And we're
Don't
like, this
actually
is
try
cool.
to catch one for anybody that, like,
That boat sold.
I feel like it's like a disclaimer thing. Like, don't actually try to catch
to
one.
another,
Yeah.
to my other,
Just leave them alone.
to one of my
Call
other
somebody.
teammates.
Let them do their thing.
Not your cousin, but like a company. Come move. Unless your cousin works for a company. then call
But
him.
anyways, until Will has the capital to make his own brand of wine, or you can help him make his own brand of wine,
I can make some in the garage.
reach out, message us. You can go on backtothelodge.com, send us a message, or message us on Facebook, and we'll get you in touch with Will, Wine with Will, and in the producer staff, and we'll get you squared away.
And in the meantime, if you have somebody that you know who has wine, send us a bottle. We'll have Will.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
he'll
have
put the
Will
bottle on the
debut
Even
it.
suggestions.
Or suggestions. Yeah,
I'll
cheap
just-
suggestions.
Yeah. I mean, if you're like, hey, come get this bottle of
He's kind of a.
Lappy Do Baba from like 1928, and it costs more than my truck, hang it up.
I mean, you're more of a box wine guy,
That's a fact.
or Riuniti, the $5 gas station
Oh,
wine.
I was like, I don't even know what that is. Is that Moscato with a K? we just call it mosquito. You know, like
What do you call Pinot Noir then?
Do you want to know?
No,
All right.
I already know where that's going.
You certainly do.
Anyways,
I was going to say it anyway.
on wine fun events and in some seriousness, we are looking again for a venue to do our benefit banquet for the families at the Real Foot Tragedy. Reason being is our convention center is booked up solid. It's booked up for the rest of this month, it's booked up for May, and it's booked up to June. We need a place. We prefer if somebody has even like a pavilion that could seat a couple hundred
That'd be
people would
sweet.
be great. Just something to keep people out of the weather elements.
Preferably Obion, Gibson, Lake counties. We're fine with Carroll or even Madison or
Indoor or
Henry.
outdoor?
Yes.
If it's going to be in the summer, I guess I would prefer it
As
be
long as we got
indoor.
something to get out of the rain.
Yeah.
As
okay.
long as there's like a pavilion canopy where people
gotcha.
aren't under the rain, we can feed people no matter what. Between
Sure.
all of us and the amount of grills we have, even if we had to cook it ourselves,
I know a place in
we can pull it off.
Jackson, it's, north side of Jackson.
you're going the
but-
wrong direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
but not
far.
really though, because where the event happened, it's as
True,
far
still west.
to there than it is to here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and where the families live, it's
Oh, they're 20 minutes.
yeah, maybe 10 minutes
25,
further than
yeah.
coming here.
Greenfield.
Yeah. So, at this point, we just need a new location.
Yeah.
We can always fall back to the one that we have, but now we're pushing into late summer, early fall, and before long we'll be a year away. So let's, if anybody has any suggestions, know somebody we can contact, has a place, let us know.
We just don't have the space here, or the chairs, or the tables, or the bathrooms.
Parking would be. I'm not having people park all out there.
No. I mean, we just have to say trucks turn right, cars turn left.
Maddie says Boone's Farm.
You are a
There you
Boone's
go.
Farm.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
No.
You are a
You're
Mad Dog 2020 Boone's Farm kind of guy.
Gosh.
Dude, there's a silhouette of you on the Boone's Farm.
Well, no, there's not.
No, actually, I think he was the Wounded Warrior guy that was over the shoulder.
You should.
I am not a
Not the
Boone's
guy over
Farm
the shoulder.
guy.
There ain't nobody strong.
No, I break their knees.
Shots
Goodness.
fired.
Eddie
Shots
Hall?
fired.
Is Eddie Hall?
Maybe. He'd be like, eat a little less.
Yeah, right.
Whoa. Thanks, bud. Sorry about that. I'm not a Boone's Farm. That's offensive.
That's what I'm going to
offensive.
name your farm at your house.
I got watch them call. We want you to drink. No.
Yes, you will.
We really need to
No.
get that
Yes.
picture from, what was
No.
the TV show where he's holding the pitchfork?
You stop it. Frankenstein?
No, it was a classic painting, the farmer and wife, and he's holding the pitchfork.
Yeah.
What picture is that? What is that called?
A
You know what I'm
picture of a
talking
farmer
about,
and his wife with a pitchfork.
I know that it looks like the guy. I know. I know it looked just
You don't
like
get to hear that.
It looked just like the guy from the first Men in Black.
It looks like him with overalls and a pitchfork.
American Gothic.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Which one am I?
The one on the left.
Point taken. Either way, like that would be a great shirt that says "Fat and Bougie."
I think so. I mean, look, I
Picture with you with the pitchfork.
have
and a glass
ignorant
of wine.
ideas, especially late at night or like when I get bored. I'm just like, man, it sounds like a great idea. And if anybody's around me, they're like, no, it's not.
You've been watching infomercials at night.
Yeah, right.
I like how in Will's head he's fine with like Fresca. Is that the box? Fresca.
Well, Fresca used
That's
to be
the
a soft drink.
That's the spicy water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever that.
It was grapefruit. I think it's grapefruit soda.
Whatever
It's
that.
Fresca.
Do I
box
look like
is,
a guy that drinks
he's-
grapefruit soda, Matt?
He's okay with box wine, but not Boone's.
There's some really nice.
Box wine's definitely a little better than Boone's Farm.
You know what the difference between box wine and bottle wine
Especially
is?
nowadays.
Nothing. I don't have to recork a box.
I don't think there's a cork in a wine in Boone's Farm.
It's just screw
Probably
top.
not. Probably not. We'll just. I mean,
Look, you can't talk crap about Boone. You don't have a sponsor.
yeah. And if Boone's Farm's like, we really, really want you to drink, you could donate me 100 bottles a month, and it totals $12. Like I would rather go buy some kind of
You just lost a sponsor right there.
Boone's Farm
That would have been a great opportunity.
to vomit. I can't, man.
At least you're staying true to yourself.
Absolutely.
You've yet to buy your own bottle of wine for an episode of Wine
Right.
with Will.
As long as I could steal them from your wife,
yeah.
we're good.
So do you guess what
told
I'm
you, come to the
stocking
house.
in the house now for you?
Boone's Farm.
Yep.
Guess who's
Yep.
not going to drink it?
Guess who's
Not
not
you.
Guess who's not going to show up to darts afterwards because he's got a hangover and a headache.
Oh, yeah.
No, guess who will
That's-
show up and wax again?
That stopped him before. He could barely put 2 feet in front of each other.
No, he ended
Still
up
took
He got
third.
third in the dart tournament.
As a butthole. Like I got there before he did, and I warned everybody that Wine with Will was on his way, and they didn't understand. And then when he showed up, they understood.
And we're definitely expecting me to just be out pretty quick.
Your wife apologized to people for you.
I mean, race hell, praise Dale. Like, we came to win.
Oh, you
know
better
what I mean?
put Lobo's comment on the screen.
Dude.
Says Matt looks like white Steve Urkel. I love it. That can go on the screen.
Lobo, I'm going to say your real name. Hide behind that fake name. I wish I didn't love him as much as I did.
He's too cool. You can't do that to him.
Boone's Farm. I hate you.
You're going back to that? We were moving on.
Yeah, I can't.
We diverted the fun to Matt, and then you... See, he's asking for this punishment now.
Yeah. It's Boone's.
I'll whirlpool a bottle of Boone's.
I bet you of what?
Boone's?
You're not even drinking.
Boone's.
Well, get yourself some Boone's Farm. You know, a lot of you guys have asked, how do we get outdoors? Getting the kids outdoors. Well, there's a good time coming up right now. I would say, in the next 2 weeks really peaks mid-April. Yeah. But even right now, I've caught them now, this time of year,
Oh,
even
you can.
north. But bluegill fishing, depending on where you're at, apparently some of these southerners like the term brim, but that's a whole nother thing. So
I've been on that already on the show.
you bet on what?
No, I hammered that.
Oh yeah, you
when we
did.
were in the
That was a
radio
while
station.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last year. But anyways, bluegill season's coming up. Actually, you can get out now, but it'll be better. Probably about 1st of April, be my guess. No, it is April.
No,
What am I talking about?
Mother's Day weekend is usually
Mid-April. So even now, I keep thinking it's March for some reason.
It's not.
Lord have mercy.
They have these things. It's a square, but it's got all these other squares on it that have
Numbers.
yeah, those. And they've been around a long time.
Yeah.
Lobo called you, he called you a dirty whore.
Yeah, that's fine.
May have been you. I don't know. Could have been me. Who knows? But anyways,
Now, the rule of thumb, I don't care where you are in America, when the lilacs bloom,
that's a good one.
bluegill
But
are
it's
in
still
the
the
bed.
same time. Same time of year.
yeah, but when if you have a really cold spring, the lilacs won't bloom until later, but that's sort of a rule of thumb.
Yeah.
They haven't quite yet. Dogwoods have. They're looking mighty pretty right now. And my eyes can't see them anymore because they're swollen. Shut.
The cherry blossoms.
The other day when I was out digging holes in the yard, because that's the best time I got that tractor out there, and I don't know that I helped, but I made holes and I made a mess. But
That's what they're for.
when I came into the house, I was outside for maybe 6 hours. My eyes were almost swollen shut. I texted a picture to my wife, and she said, take something. The only allergy medicine I could find in the house was Children's.
Makes sense.
Didn't do the math. I just bubbled it a few times.
Somebody was sleeping.
Drink responsibly.
And then I went fishing that night, and I stopped at the gas station, bought some, and now I actually have some pills. But it's bad right now. I washed my truck
That's tough.
this morning.
Every day.
This morning I washed it. It's terrible.
I just don't wash it.
I swear to you, every single year that
Your truck is the color of pollen once it's dried out.
Correct.
I've lived
You
in
gotta think
Tennessee
about it.
for 11 years now. And every year I say the same thing. This was way worse than last year.
Yeah.
And it's not.
You're just getting old.
It's just,
Hey, Kim.
golly.
You brought yourself into that one.
Yeah.
I was going, oh, God. That would be El Terrible.
But anyways,
the terrible.
get out there, get a little Zebco, spinning rod, and just get them out there. You can go to Walmart and get a $10, $15 little pole
Ready to go.
if you want to get them started, because you don't know. They might take it up for a few days and then be like, yeah, this ain't for me. I almost said something else. But just get them out there. You can use little worms. You can use crickets. You can use... I mean, hell, we've used hot dogs and cut it up before.
It's the easiest time of year to fish, even especially for beginners, because you're setting your float, bobber, I don't care, wherever you are in the United States, whatever you call it, your bobber, you're setting at a very, very, very short depth.
Right.
Inches sometimes, which is easier to cast.
Yep.
You get hung up on stuff less because you're more accurate. What you're throwing is a lot smaller of a...
I don't know. I saw you fish. You talk a lot of shit.
Say what you want.
You caught a lot of trees.
How many times were we sitting on the beds and you got hung up and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm fishing this bed out till I go get you.
About the same as you.
Okay.
We'll keep count next time.
That's fine. That's fine. That I would put a lot of money on that.
smell
It wasn't
a
even
competition.
Oh, I will
close.
definitely put money on this.
Anyways,
I smell a competition.
Absolutely.
who's your money on?
Televised. I'm the videographer.
Who's your money on?
I can't.
Nick, who's
play
your
this.
money on?
I don't want to be drug into this. I really don't.
Who's your money on?
Well,
It's not even.
why?
I actually, my fly rod is coming down with me after this weekend. I'm finally bringing my ultralight fly rod back down.
Nice.
And I promise you, I get
For all
hung
the
up
catfish?
less than Patrick with my fly rod.
Well, you're going to be able to really set the length on that then. So that's pretty easy.
Set the length
On
on
the
it.
fly rod.
Man,
You ever casted a fly rod? You're just stripping.
Yeah. But you can still say, I'm just going to stay back here. You can stop it from going too far before you even catch
Okay.
it.
All right. The new rule, because you know you got to be up shallow to catch those fish. So it'll be a combination of how many fish you catch.
Are we counting the
And every
weeds?
time you hook, you're hung up.
Okay. So all hung up.
The boat has to go get you. And if you break
His
off,
little ass likes to go fish the tall grass.
and if your line breaks off because you didn't want to move the boat to go get it, that counts too. Every time you get hung up, you lose 5 fish
5 fish.
on the total.
You'd be negative. We caught 60 last time total.
We did.
Okay, well, you got hung up like 10 times, so that's 50 right there. Okay.
So that's not negative.
Talk's a big game because nobody else was there.
I'll video
Wasn't
it.
Ninnis with us?
Yeah, call him.
I'll text him.
Which Ninnis?
Well, he's working right now, isn't he?
Yeah, Billy's working. Alan. Might
I'll text him. How many times?
don't forget to follow us on Instagram
There you go. To Mac.
at
Nothing really goes on
Back
Instagram,
to the
right?
Lodge.
I think
not ours.
I think we should just start a series of competitions because we all talk smack. I'm not going to use a bad word like
Well, we
you.
definitely need to have video.
Right.
So if you're volunteering, thank you. That was very nice of you.
Absolutely. Half of it's going to be ignorant stuff. But the best thing about it is I don't care, and I'm doing it. So
You'll be drinking box wine, holding the camera.
100%, but not operating a boat because you can get a buoy
Maybe we should just do this live on Facebook.
multiple times. I think we should just
6 hours?
literally no.
And nobody's seeing my
couple hours.
spots. And,
Right.
and you are
I
not
don't
going to go
think-
Facebook Live in that spot.
Compilation.
I don't think anybody would know that spot.
You can't go Facebook Live from that spot.
Oh,
There's
that's
a
true. There's no
0% chance.
Right, so
Yeah,
we
that's
video it, put it together, whatever, and I think, hey, like once, however often,
Who gets
like,
to do the editing?
when we get in these little,
That'll be
He
me.
does, and that's where he'll win.
That'll be me.
like,
I want to do that.
there you go, he can do that.
I want to
part.
do that.
Like every time we argue on here, I think we should just take it to a competition.
I'm down.
Dude, we could totally film this.
The last time I made a video of Matt and I fishing, it usually involves him peeing off the boat.
Always.
Always.
And
No, everybody pees
some
off
sort
the
of
boat.
blooper.
He's just
I
the only
don't.
You gonna-
idiot that records it every time you pull your out of your pants.
When did I ever piss off the boat?
Would you just prefer your pants?
When did anybody we were fishing with ever piss off the boat besides you?
You have a, what is that my buddy?
Alex does?
Look,
He didn't pee that night.
I bet he did.
I don't remember
You're
him
just
peeing that
interested in me.
night. I never seen Chase piss off the boat. Never seen Alex piss off the boat. I never pissed off the boat.
look. I'll be honest.
I'm not going 6 hours without peeing.
I'm
never
guilty
seen
of
Will
that.
pee off the
I'm
boat?
guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. I'll say
Well,
that.
you're going to be subject to blooper reels. It is what it is.
Well, I'll be the guy that's.
I'll turn around.
I'll be like a B-roll camera. You know.
Patrick,
you don't
saves
turn
those.
around.
Saves those.
Patrick has at minimum 6 videos of me peeing.
I do not need child porn on my phone.
Oh God.
Wow.
But yet you still shoot it.
That jump.
You're behind. People just think it's a 5-foot tall kid.
That escalated quickly.
It's getting further from justification, and you may get a sponsor we don't like one of those alphabet soup guys.
Will was being nice. He said you only got caught up a few. What about you? What are you doing? Oh my goodness.
We should start a full competition series.
Okay.
I'm down.
I mean,
He's the only one
people
with a
can
boat.
suggest stuff. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be, boat stuff or whatever. But I mean, not just fishing. Like, if somebody has an idea for a competition, run it.
I mean,
Why
he wouldn't
not?
eat the funky food.
I'm not doing that one.
It's lame. But
He's out when it
That's
comes
not
to
really
spiders.
a competition, though. That's just
No,
who
but
can
it just-
gut it.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, my stomach is still tore up.
I'll
from
tell
that.
you what. Oh,
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing Matt's really, really, really good at, and no joke.
Oh,
Man, why you got to go there?
I didn't.
He can clean fish like nobody I've ever seen.
I've
And
heard
I mean that as a compliment. You can fly. When we caught those 60 bluegill last year, you had them all done. Now, I helped a little bit, but you had them
I've
all
caught
done
a
in
lot of fish, and I've
under an
filleted a
hour.
lot of fish.
under an hour.
I mean,
Oh, wow.
That is impressive.
Yeah. I mean, skinned them, cleaned them, filleted
I'm
them,
not
rinsed
patient
them,
enough for
done.
that.
I mean, Grant, we started to clean
Lord
up.
have mercy.
But 1 hour, he was done.
I think
By
that's.
hand.
I don't want to
Not
say
electric
that
knife.
isn't true, but I feel like an hour is too long.
Well, yeah, it was
think
probably
it's a
less
minute.
than
I
that.
don't
But
think it's a
we
minute
had
of
we had
fish.
delays of like setting crap up, moving the hose.
Yeah.
Then we had the cutting board issue where we were trying to move them between 2 boards.
I'll run it. Panfish.
He can fly
I'll,
through fish.
I'll run it.
I'd put money on him up against most people, unless they're professional fish cleaner.
Yeah, most outdoorsmen. Not.
Aficionado.
There was a place in Ohio we used to take yellow perch. There's a place, it's closed now unless somebody bought it, but it was up on Hot Waters in Lorraine. So anybody who's fished Lake Erie knows exactly the place I'm talking about. And you can walk in there, and I want to say it used to be like 75 cents or 50 cents a pound, and you just give them your cooler. You come back 15 minutes later, and it's all bagged and ready to go. And these people flew. It was kind of like McDonald's when you have the assembly line for food.
Right.
So the first person makes the first couple cuts, slides it to the second person does this, and then they run them through the descaler. Last person rinses them. I mean, it's like literally 2 minutes
If
to
it's
clean
anything
100
like
fish.
McDonald's, I'm out.
You eat McDonald's more than anybody.
No, not anymore.
I've seen the inside of your truck.
Since
Yeah,
when?
I just
Yesterday?
saved things. No, I had it yesterday, but that's Guess who messed up my order?
McDonald's?
That's correct. I think they breaded the nuggets in styrofoam, maybe. I don't know. They tasted
You're not
and
supposed to
smelled
eat the
weird.
box, Will.
Right. No, the box had more flavor.
God.
Like, they weren't greasy, that's for sure. I mean, they were cooked, but like, not well.
Well, anyways, getting back to the fishing part, if you want to get your kids out, any suggestions, Matt? Simple rod.
Wait,
number one
wait
hook?
until your lilacs bloom, and then just a small hook. Honestly, if you can find ice fishing jigs, that's what I would use. Just find some. You can buy them on Amazon. Just type in ice fishing jigs.
Yeah, they don't sell them here.
Panfish ice fishing jigs, and get those. Tie it to like 4-pound test max.
Yeah, have fun with it.
Just some real light.
What's the
gear.
cheapest and easiest thing to get into?
Cheap clip-on bobber, and then buy wax worms or heck, Power Bait. And we're not sponsored by them, so there's a free shout out. Power Bait makes those little glass tubes that have they look like little marshmallows, and just hook one of those on there. Cast as shallow as you can get, and buy yourself a cheap pair of polarized sunglasses. You can buy them for $10 at Walmart, and I don't care if you're standing on the bank or if you're in a boat or on a pier.
You'll see 'em.
You can see the beds. You'll see the whatever color the ground may be there, and you'll see a little circle about the size of maybe about lighter. Maybe a little lighter. It's clearing off the old. It's the new.
Oh, yeah.
A little lighter, and there'll just be a circle maybe 8 to 10 inches in diameter. Just if you can see, you'll see a whole bunch. If you see one,
It looks like a honeycomb of
probably a
basketballs.
rock. But if you see a whole bunch of them, those are bluegill beds, especially when them lilacs are blooming. It's around that time of year, Mother's Day for us in the middle band of the country. And
The best.
it's just, it's
Band.
easy. It's fun. They eat good.
And if you don't want to eat them, you don't have to. Some of them get really small. and it's not worth cleaning.
And buy you, if you got a little extra money, make sure you buy
Fishing license.
ultralight.
Yeah.
And I mean, ultralight 4-pound test. Turn that drag down to like where a 8-ounce fish can really put up a fight. Man, you just have fun.
It's fun, especially as a little kid. You could have hooked Moby Dick. I mean,
Right?
it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun.
In Walmart, I've seen them at some of the stores now. It's not in the normal, the row of fishing rods. They're in those cardboard displays.
They got a full setup.
They have ultralights. I think it was Abu Garcia was the one I seen, the brand that's been floating around. They're only like $39, $49.
Comes with the kit?
for an ultralight. No, just the ultralight rod and reel.
They have a kit.
Yeah,
It's 1997.
Panfish kit.
Yeah.
Yep. It's got
Is
a
it
little
an ultralight, or is it just
Great
light?
for a
Nah,
kid.
it's probably a light, not an
it's probably
ultralight.
light.
But it'll
These
be
are ultralights because that's where I got that Abu Garcia that I have.
It'll be just like a push button style, whether it's a Zebco or whatever
for
it is.
kids,
Oh
it's
yeah, this
fine.
wasn't push button.
And it'll come with this little plastic
Yeah.
tackle box, and it'll have hooks, jigs,
Got a
and
couple
ittle have
little pinch weights and everything.
worms,
Yeah.
and like your
It's a great
plastics.
family time. Not even for kids. Matt and I still love it. I mean, it's fun for the whole family. Get out, pack a little lunch, have a picnic, go outside, do some fishing. You will thank us for this. Trust me. It's so much fun. It's because when you think about all the fish that we've caught in our lives, like the ones that are like the most meat for the buck and the work you put into it, bluegill are just like. It's a
That's
confidence
fun.
booster. Like it really gets you into it.
Well, if you go bluegill fish, it's not like, you're going tournament bass fishing. You're real upset you only caught 2 fish or whatever it is. I mean, you're going to catch fish. I mean, if you catch a couple, unless you're just in a bad spot, it's not like you're gonna have to sit there for hours waiting.
Yeah,
on
don't
more to
fish in
come
the ditch in your backyard. Like, go somewhere. And again, too, check on your state. Each state has different laws when it comes to fishing. Some states, kids need fishing licenses. Other states, they're good till they're 12 or 13. You just got to look, but make sure everybody has their fishing license. Do it the right way.
Make sure you know your fish ID. Look up on Google what a bluegill or a shellcracker or a reddy or
Sunfish,
any of those
Just
fish
screenshot it
look
and keep
like.
it on your phone in case you don't have.
What's
service.
really nice about these bluegill species is I've fished all over the U.S. and I have never, ever, ever seen a length requirement on a bluegill. There are on crappie,
Yeah.
but I have never seen a
never
length
heard of one on
requirement
bluegill.
on a bluegill. So
I don't think I have either.
I've seen them on yellow perch. I've seen them on crappie. But I've never seen one on bluegill. So size doesn't matter for what you're gonna throw in a cooler.
God.
I knew that was coming. He uses that line a lot. You know what though? We need to go yellow. We need to go do some yellow perch.
Yeah, it's just not
I'm
here.
craving it. Yeah,
Beach
but
Lake?
if we have to make our
Yeah,
trip in the
not-
next week or two,
Not the same.
No, but if
It's
you
the same
wanna,
fish,
if you
but-
want to go and
if we got to make our trip that we talked about north,
I'm gonna catch a mess of them in July when I'm up there.
I've
Oh,
never
when you guys
fished.
go up.
I
Oh,
did fish once in southern Ohio. I went up to see my brother.
there's no yellow perch there.
I don't. We were just catching stuff. You know what I mean? It didn't. But
I mean,
other than that, I've never fished north of Kentucky.
Yellow perch are easy too. And if
it's
you
a
know
pan
what
fish.
you're doing, yeah, you go up like Lake Erie. That's what I grew up on. So you can take the boat just even a mile offshore, just a mile.
The fact that you can go a mile offshore is wild to me.
Why?
Because where are you gonna do that here? He
Oh,
just said that
here.
he's never
I said
fished
the
north
Great
of
Lakes.
Kentucky.
Yeah, I got you.
Right. I
Yeah, the
fish
lakes
like
are
the
pretty
ocean,
great.
but that's different. That's the ocean. You
And
expect that.
we'll get into walleye some other time because that's a little more tricky, and there's different styles to catching them. But for the panfish, for yellow perch, you just put a spreader on the end of your line, drop it to the bottom. We used minnows, just get live minnows, small hooks, same as for bluegill. Drop it to the bottom, give it 1 or 2 little reels, and just wait. And you'll catch 2 at a time. Literally, you can catch 2 at a time.
See,
and
but
I think
that's
the limit
very
is 30.
that's very specific just to the Great Lakes, though.
Yeah,
because
for
if
up
you go
there.
to like any of your big inland lakes that are big yellow perch
Yellow
lakes,
perch.
you're fishing them just like you're fishing crappie or bluegill. Or you're just float, just throwing a float out there.
Yep.
But like we fish Lake Michigan.
Well, somebody
Essentially the same
take
way.
me fishing up north.
We definitely should go.
Yes, you do.
I got a friend that has a charter up there. We can go.
I want to do an ice fishing trip. That's what I want to do.
I don't like chartering for walleye though because it's just no fun.
I've never done it. I don't know.
Go ice fishing.
I did it because I
Charter
had no
for
other
anything, I don't
option.
think.
The only charter I've ever been on was on the ocean. That was it.
And I've never done that. So
I've
for
never done
the-
a charter for anything.
Sounds like
I had charter internet.
Charter
one
for
time.
walleye.
I
All
do have
you
charter
now,
internet. Yeah.
You get on the boat,
Yeah.
you sit there, you eat, you
Shameless
drink,
plug.
you look pretty. You're good at that, except for the pretty
Fact.
part.
No, you said
And then
it's already said.
when a fish comes
Hey,
on, and
Nick,
snags the
cut
line,
that out.
when they grab
Edit
the
that
line,
out.
it pops off. They clear it, and then you just reel in the fish.
Oh, so
That's
do the
all
fun
you're
part.
doing.
yeah.
Just the
Fun for
part.
you, but that's not fun to me.
It's still the fun part.
Yeah,
It's not the
it's
whole
the exciting
thing,
part,
But that's
yeah.
that's the fun part.
Does anybody want to take a vacation?
Not with you.
And not if you're going to sit like that with them shorts
Yeah,
on.
I know. And your
I'm doing
floppy
this
flippers.
just for you guys. I promise.
I'm glad there's
it's
a desk
just for you.
Me too. Are you even
Just
wearing
for
pants
you.
right now?
Yes. No, I'm not.
He said
Oh,
I work best
I think
in
you
the
should put the
nude.
camera on you right now so everybody knows what
He
the
did.
heck we're dealing with.
I watched.
Well, you know, Facebook Live camera's on me right now, and they can't see waist down.
Thank God.
This is like a.
That's where it
he's
starts
gonna be
getting
like.
rough.
Yeah, he's gonna be like that person that got fired
Look.
from because the Zoom meeting and they just weren't wearing pants.
I'll tell you something. The waist down, dangerous right now.
For who?
Everyone.
Take a shower.
Go get that looked at.
You got indoor plumbing and everything.
Penicillin, Nick. God, penicillin. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Look,
Peanut butter shot, buddy.
I was just getting uncomfortable sitting in this not so great chair.
You're making me uncomfortable sitting in this decent chair.
Isn't it weird how this studio went from cold to
hot. We have
It's
another
a
chair
little
like
warm.
that. Where is it at?
in
Yeah, that's a great,
Oh, your daughter's.
that is a great question.
I may wear a crop top next time. It's awfully warm.
I'd like it.
I know.
He'll show up in a midriff if you do that.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither, you old.
I don't either, but I'd kind of like to. I'm kind of curious as to what that is now.
I mean, what does it sound like?
He saved him from when he was
Sound it out.
Patricia.
Say it again.
Midriff.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought the midriff was a section of the body. I didn't know it was a type
Right.
of clothes. Yeah, but I think that's exposing your midriff. It's not a type of clothes. Not that I've ever heard.
So like a
Rocking
like a crop top.
That's what we always referred it to.
I don't know.
In Ohio.
Yeah, we're freaking weird. Deal with it. Get him some cheese.
It could very well be a style
some
of clothes.
cheese.
I've always heard it referred to as part of the
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't actually know what a crop top is, but I think it's one of the
Yes.
booby shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have
Apparently
something
you
to
are
add?
correct.
Huh.
Wow, you don't.
No,
hear
I
that
was
often.
just gonna say it's a shirt that exposes the belly. You know, that's all.
It does say that urban vocabulary uses it as that.
Patch, my
Gotcha.
patch
But the
pocket wranglers
Cambridge
and a crop
English
top.
Dictionary is the part of the human body. They didn't teach us that in anatomy.
Learn something new every day.
I know how they. This is your belly. You went okay.
That's a fact. Babies, come out of here.
They
You
told you
understand?
that.
Huh?
They told you that.
I mean, maybe.
Usually, babies come out of the other part of the body.
Not
Maybe.
in a C-section.
Where were they before that? Yeah. What about a C-section?
I'm
Way
pretty
to
sure
be
they didn't do
insensitive.
that
Not everybody
a
has
long
children
time ago.
naturally.
They also
Gosh.
they don't do the stork thing. The stork carries a baby in Tennessee. It's the
Buzzard.
turkey vulture.
The buzzer just drops you off. He didn't like how you tasted. There you go.
Tasted like Boone's Farm.
Gross. I'd be like, you can have that one back.
I did. I was driving to town a couple days ago, and Ray was in the truck with me, and I see a buzzard. Buzzards all over, right? You see them everywhere. I look up, big bird, buzzard, okay, whatever. Keep driving. I look again, eagle. I was like, oh, you don't see them
You don't.
super often here.
Surprised you didn't have a flashback.
Have a real foot?
So
Yeah, but see, that was like the third time that event's happened to me. Like I'm used to seeing a million a sit, but I could probably count on one hand how many eagles I've seen at my house.
yeah.
You know, the eagle did take his duck, but it would have been funny if the eagle tried to take Matt. That would have been a better story, I think.
No, not for me.
I could see that happening.
Just fist fighting like, get off me.
They're big.
He's like 20 feet
Yeah,
off the
they're
ground.
not. They're not small.
It's a big critter.
So my thing is, I don't know if y'all have noticed, if somebody asks me a question and I don't feel like answering, I yell something just unrelated. You know.
So do I.
The number 11 is generally my
Purple,
go-to.
purple is mine too. I don't know what my.
Mine is 11, but with a bird, I only know I can name a bunch of different birds. When it comes to telling you what something is that's hundreds of feet up in the air, I don't know. I say it's a pelican.
We do have a lot of those.
My
right
wife
now.
gets mad because Sav's 3.
Wasn't that
She's
your-
like, Daddy, what is that? Pelican, baby.
Wasn't that your pose on Wine with Will? Was farting pelican? Is that what it was?
Flamingo, wasn't it? Flamingo.
I think it was flamingo. Yeah, it's been a long time since I did karate, but
Guess what I saw this morning? Dropped right off at school, went to the gym on my way home. I saw something that me and you talked about not long ago that West Tennessee used to have a ton of, but you don't see them anymore.
gobbles.
Very close.
I said, I've seen a ton of them this week.
like sort of critter.
Pheasant?
Much smaller.
Pheasant.
Nope, smaller.
Duvet.
Smaller.
Mice.
Cornish hen.
About. Ooh, you are close.
Grouse?
Close. Come on, you should be able to get it at this point.
I'm trying to think of what all we've talked about.
Cubby,
So where were you?
right there in between my wife's grandparents' house and my house. Where that little trail is.
Are you saying you
where
saw
you
one?
parked, where I met you
Yeah.
to show you where to go
Yeah.
walk, right there at that intersection was a cubby of quail. This used to be a really big
Oh, smash.
Hope's
I didn't know that.
grandfather's age and your grandfather's
Yeah.
age, they were quail hunters. There was
Dude,
quail
when I was
everywhere.
a kid, we used to go to this place called Fat City, and I mean, you could dove hunt, I guess, but it was quail. Like my dad, he never really deer hunted much because
Quail
it was
and fox. And,
quail. Not as much fox with him, but Granddaddy always ran field
Oh,
trials.
you're talking about
and
your
stuff.
dad.
My dad, yeah, it was always
Yeah.
migratory birds and quail and pheasant hunting was fun. And then by the time I really probably got to high school, where I could actually just go out and do stuff on my own like that, I mean, there wasn't even anything to hunt much. But when we used to go deer hunting, or just walking the fields and stuff like that, one of my favorite things to do was, the Bob Whites would get to jabbering at you, and you'd try to, mimic them and stuff, and it was the coolest thing. And now I want to show, my daughter that, and they're like 7.
Yeah. I know old timers, they attribute the heightening of our coyote population to the decline of the
That
quail.
makes sense.
Well, we're working on that.
Which could
Every
one
chance
one
I
speed
get.
bump at a time. Anyways, but I've only seen I've been deer hunting and hunting Tennessee now for 11, 12 years, and I have only ever seen one cubby before this. And I actually have a video that I took of my GoPro when I was bow hunting one day, and a whole cubby walked underneath me. I have not seen another quail since, and I saw them scurry across the road as I was coming around the corner, and I did what the heck was that?
That's pretty cool, though.
And then as soon as I got up to them, they picked up, and I knew immediately what they were at that point, but you just don't see them.
Is there even hunting on the books for him here now?
There's still...
Is there?
Yeah, there's still regulations, because there's still some places that are controlled hunts.
Especially, I figured by you. I mean, you got
No.
that WMA right literally up from you.
I
Yeah,
know that my wife's best friend, her dad, did a CRP field back behind his house, but the whatever type of CRP or whatever program he was enrolled in was specifically for quail habitat.
It's hard.
And I know that he said that he had 2 cubbies living on him. He doesn't live there anymore, but that isn't too far from me.
No.
But
There are more people raising domestic. I mean,
Sure.
I
I would agree.
Yeah.
Because, quail meat is fantastic.
Delicious. Yep.
I prefer it over dove. I prefer it over duck.
We just
I do over duck.
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely. I like dove breast, but quail, it's one of those things. It was just a standard. Now it's
just wrap it in bacon.
where are they? Quail is one of the
Delicious,
few. Or like you breast it out, I'll just eat it like it is.
Yeah.
Dove. I love dove breast, but I think I've just gotten so used to everybody
I agree.
wrapping everything in bacon.
Bacon jalapeno.
Not against it, love it, but like quail is to the point that the last few quail that I've eaten that were hunted, I just wanted the quail because domestic quail just tastes different. You've got so many different kinds now that people are raising. There's a guy in Beach Bluff, just kind of east of Jackson, that raises them, and he's got thousands.
Yeah.
But you can't just release things.
Right.
Like rabbits, you're probably not supposed to do that either. But
You do.
yeah, I like
Unintentionally.
Yeah, no, 100% intentionally. They're not, they're not wild, but they live in my yard, and there are so few animals, wild animals, out by us. We don't have a coyote problem, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because
is
a few
weird.
miles away at the old place, we're at the hunting land, they're
Hundreds.
everywhere. I mean, they're just as high as
I
animal
mean,
and
I can
stuff
hear them
is,
from
you
my
just-
house at night.
Oh, it's wild.
I mean, that's how
You
loud
can
they are.
imagine what I hear at my house
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah,
We
you
were-
hear
we were at
like
my wife's
kids
sister-in-law's.
screaming in the woods and stuff.
She
Have heard
lives
that.
just outside of, just outside of Medina,
Yeah.
kind of. And we were sitting outside, the girls were playing and stuff like that, and you heard them come up. I mean, you like maybe 100 yards away. Like they were so close, you didn't even get the echo. Like it was just as if your dog was in the backyard just getting after it. And I was like, they're close. She said, yeah, they do that all the time. Like nobody, I mean, it's on huntable land, but I mean, it's crazier. Like that lady in McKenzie who's like, please, somebody come get this. They weren't a fan of firearms, and that was fine. They had tried everything that they could to do everything as humanely as possible and relocate. But the problem is, you're relocating them. You're just giving somebody else your problem.
Yep.
And if you relocate them to an area that doesn't have a very high animal population, well, then they're going to go for the domestic animals.
Yep.
So
I will say,
Sucks to
being
suck,
a
but-
transplant here in West Tennessee, hunting, it can be difficult finding land.
yes, yeah,
The one thing I have never had issue finding land for is coyote hunting.
absolutely.
Everybody, as long as you stay off of deer season and you stay off of turkey season, you stay off of those two, which is good because that's not the best
Well, I was
time.
gonna
The
say
best time is
coyotes-
January,
Right.
February,
and
March,
August are your two
Yep.
peak months for coyote.
and just, I mean, you don't have any other seasons there that
Right.
you're worrying about. So finding coyote land has never been the problem. Finding somebody to go with me had been the problem.
Sure.
So do we have coyote land? Because nobody's told me
Yes.
about it. Maybe that was on
You've
purpose.
been to it.
There's plenty of coyote
Oh, I
land.
didn't know that.
Well, so here's the thing, and that's one of those things. Coyotes. It's not like deer hunting where they all come in the same way. This. And
Oh yeah,
that,
they're
where-
quick and all over the damn place.
So safety is an issue. 'Cause a lot of, there's so many coyotes we're in a rural area, but that come into these towns and stuff that safety really becomes an issue.
Pets,
But
kids.
if you stop them out here, you kind of keep them from migrating in towards the towns. But yeah, Tawny was telling a story last night, and I corroborated this. it happened. She and her dad were going to look at the kind of the back 40 of his property. It was a long track. And she was out there by herself because he had gone back, and you've met her. She's stubborn. She didn't want to go back with him. So she was kind of sitting there looking at the stars and stuff and heard something, and there's 4 or 5 coyotes that were advancing on her. Whether they were actually trying to get her
Right.
or not. She struck out towards the house.
Don't make an attempt. Trust
And her
me.
dad heard her hollering, and it wasn't until they kind of met, and he grabbed a 30-30 when he was coming back, that they scattered. They followed her probably half a mile.
Oh, they'll pack up
just
on you.
full. She was in full sprint. I don't know if they were.
They wouldn't have been.
No. So they're a real issue,
Yeah.
especially for little kids and stuff like that.
The first time I ever coon hunted in Tennessee here with my wife's grandfather, we hunted really close to the house, and we treat a couple coons. You only shoot one out, sort of the sportsman's way.
Right.
And shot one out, and then I tied a stick to its back leg, and that's I just made a little carry handle, and I'm toting it out of the woods, and we have probably 600 yards through thick woods, and then probably 1,200 yards through cut farm field to get back to the truck. And the whole, we got headlamps on, and the whole time that we're walking, me and Papa are just talking, and well, I'm yelling, he's talking, and that makes sense if you know him.
What?
I keep hearing something behind us. I keep looking back, don't see nothing. Look back, don't see nothing. We walk, 15, 20 more yards. I turn around, nothing, can't see nothing. We hit the farm field, walk halfway across the farm field, and it was cut corn field. So some of the, whatever the leafy part of the stalk is, making noise.
We call them leaves.
I hear something behind me, and I turn around. 2 coyotes are following me.
Yeah.
Now, they never got close.
Right.
but
They're hesitant.
I'm
and they're-
certain that's what followed us all the way out of the woods.
They
They were
get,
waiting for
they
you to
get
drop it.
brave, but it doesn't take much to scare them off.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, literally. I told the story. I don't think you were here with us yet, but I told the story where they packed me up front and back.
Oh, yeah?
On the trail. About shit my pants.
Sure.
Pulled out my pistol, fired 1 round, didn't hit anything. It was like dust just scattering.
I hate coyotes.
I don't know. I think they'll definitely take domestic pets. Know that for a fact.
Sure.
When's the last time there's been a confirmed attack on a human?
Well, and that's
Not
the
by
thing.
a rabid
It
one,
would
but
have
by
to be small, a
Right.
small human. Who's going to let their
terrifying.
4-year-old go
But
wander
it is
in the
still
woods?
a scary.
They're
event.
more skittish than black bears, and black bears are actually skittish. Coyotes will just.
The problem
they're
with
gone.
coyotes is you're talking about them packing out. You know, they will.
They get brave.
The most danger probably is this kind of thing that we live in where, you know, everybody is and this is not to downplay the people who really do good and genuine things for animal populations, but they don't understand that a wild animal is a wild animal. And if you've got, you know, a couple of coyote pups in one area,
Yep.
they're not there by accident.
Right.
You go messing with mama's babies,
Anything's liable.
that's
Yeah.
right, and that's the thing. It's not like messing with, you know, mama dog's pups that's, you know, in your garage or your backyard.
Yep.
I mean, they're wild animals, and people are like, "Oh, it's so cute. I want it. That's mama left them." Hey, go home.
Right.
Go away from it. I mean, that would be your best bet because, I mean, bottom line, just don't pick wild stuff up. And I'm not a very good example of this, but.
You also have a little education behind you, also.
Right,
Well,
and I'm pretty good at
little
not,
education.
I'm
Slow
pretty
down,
good at
Sally.
not getting bitten by things. But even, I mean, that goes for anything, possums and everything. Some stuff looks cute when it's little, but
He used to watch Safari Jim, I think it was.
it's the Turtle Man.
Kratz creatures.
I used to watch the OG Zaboomafoo.
Did you just say Turtle Man?
Turtle Man.
So we know a Turtle Man, but we're not going to talk about him on this show. That's what he calls himself, is Turtle
Oh.
Man.
Oh, I don't know about that one. This guy was on. He originated.
I know
the
who Turtle
Yee,
Man is.
right?
Yeah.
So no, but Zaboomafoo. My daughter watches the Wild Kratts or
Yeah.
whatever, and
It's the Kratz creatures kids.
yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I was like, what happened to Zaboomafoo?
Well, it's like
I
Steve
looked him
Irwin's
up.
son's got his own show now, which
Yeah.
is
The
cool.
Daughter, too.
I think the daughter's on.
Yeah,
Maybe it's their.
she's
Maybe it's
having a
their
baby
show.
or something. I don't know. I keep up with them.
But
Like
no-
that was my childhood.
Nobody
you know?
is going to be better than Steve. Nobody is. You just can't.
And what I hate is when he got flack
Bear
for doing
Grylls
all
level.
these things. But
Bear Grylls is a joke.
No, I said it's that level of like stupidness. Like,
yeah.
oh, let's touch it.
Yeah,
But the thing
he
was, you talk about
smart and,
education.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
he was. He knew his stuff.
it was one of those things. It was
Bear
terrible
Grylls
what
slept in a
happened.
hotel every night.
Oh, absolutely.
But
That was for TV. I mean, Steve was doing this down under, you know,
down under.
for all this
Shrimp on the barbell.
Yeah, all this
I think he's
all this
pissed
time.
off. Let's touch it.
But the thing was, you know, he never, you know, that we saw anyway, and you never know what happens behind closed doors and whatnot. But he never, I mean, he didn't mistreat the animals. You got people
no,
now that
very
want
delicate.
to keep it and
I
bring
can't imagine
pets
he did
inside.
in today's cancel culture. If he had,
He would- he would be canceled.
We'd know about it.
Right,
Actually,
and
he'd
he
probably
would have
be
been canceled.
anyways.
Because people give him flack for not leaving animals alone and stuff, and that's fair. But you know, like people from New York City, you know, different things, like they might not know about whitetail hunting. They might not know about quail.
I'd argue with him messing with that one animal, the amount of education that was pushed out of that one episode
Right.
far outweighed
Right.
that one just unaverage experience for that critter, because that critter's fine.
Right, right. Because he let it go.
Yep.
You know, they have rehabilitated animals and stuff like that. And you use things as a teaching tool.
Yep.
Same way with the fishing and stuff. You don't have to go out and spend $1,000 to get into fishing. We talked about it with the hunting thing.
Yep.
You don't have to go out and spend all this money to do all these crazy things. Take your hunter safety. Even if you're old enough not to need it, go take it. Why not? Especially if you're newer to if you're new to Tennessee or something.
It's
It
just
is a
good
good
habits.
thing. It's an educational.
Doesn't Tennessee's Free Fishing Day fall really close to when the bluegill will spawn?
Yeah, so there are a few now. There are 2 or 3 that I know of, and kids fish free a lot. I mean, you just
It's up to a certain age, isn't it, Tennessee?
In Tennessee,
I don't
it's up
remember.
to
15
13.
was hunting. Fishing is different.
Fishing's 12 to
That's
13.
that's
It's not
sort of the
firearms
nice thing about getting people. If you want to get people
Right.
into the outdoors, is fishing is a very low
Right.
beginning investment, because you're just buying a license. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not taking a course. You're just
You
Go.
could absolutely, even if you don't want to fish, you could go sit beside a body of water, spend $20 to get
Yep.
your kid completely geared up, and just go sit by the water with them.
Yep.
They're going to have the time of their lives, even if they don't catch anything. You're splashing, and I still like to splash in the water, whatever. If you're not catching anything, whatever, we'll entertain ourselves. But
I still think it's funny when you see like kids, they go fishing and they actually catch something, and they're like, "Mom, how do I get it off the hook?" And
Yeah.
Mom's like, "I don't know."
my
They're
background
calling people.
picture is my daughter. We were catfishing. I
got a
caught
catfish.
a little one, and she's like, "Daddy, I want to hold it." And I was like, "Oh," but I mean, she just short of squeezed the life out of that fish. I said, "You gotta hold." I said, "You gotta hold it tight. Put it under the quill." And she was holding it, and I was like, "This fish is hurting. We gotta take this picture quick."
It's a whole
and
new
we put him
definition
back.
of blue cat.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, she had so much fun, and then we fished at my father-in-law's house one day, and she pulled a fish up, was like, "What did I just do?" And she's 3.
That's the best, and that reminded me of your daughter when she was using her ultralight and caught that catfish. Like her face lit up.
Yeah, she's caught a bunch of fish, but that
Yeah.
10-ish pound
with an
catfish.
ultralight.
It's like
With an
it's like
ultralight.
us catching
It
a
went to
shark,
the other side of the water, like,
multiple times.
gone.
going king fishing or something. I mean, it's we're grown. It's still fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I catch
It makes me wanna
if
go
something
fishing
gives
now.
me a good fight, if I get a little 2-pound or 2-pound fish that gives me a good fight, I'm like, got that head shake going,
right.
You get them in, you're like, all right.
And then
Used to
you're
I get upset.
There's
but
almost nothing better than that zzz of your bail just.
just running out. And you're
Peeling.
like, yep, this is
is
it.
fun.
This is what I've prepared my whole life for.
Now
And
it can-
everyone is fun.
It can also turn the other direction because I've had
Can.
many, many, many fish fishing up north that just start pulling line and you never see it again.
And it happens.
and you
It
never
bees
know
like
what it
that.
is
We've
or-
got some
Yeah.
dirty
Walleye
creeks
fishing.
and ponds and stuff here
yeah.
too. But I mean, you go and
The time that we took you bow fishing, we saw 2 freshwater eel that night.
yeah,
I've only ever seen probably 2 in my bow fishing career, and we saw 2 in one night.
yeah. It's just
That's a
being
weird
out
critter
there.
to see. I
You
don't
can
think I've
watch
ever seen a
TV
freshwater
and
eel.
you can Google stuff and everything else, but when you see it firsthand,
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't have to be the 7 wonders of the world to be, a good memory. But with everything going on in the world right now, like you can go out there you spend $20, spend 2 hours, with your kid or whatever, friend, neighbor, whatever it is.
Do it
and
yourself too.
yeah, you get a lifetime of memories.
Yep.
If it's your first fish you ever catch and somebody's talking crap about it, that's a bad friend. I mean, just go out and do it.
I know I did see you catch your first fish.
Not what I was
You're
getting at,
welcome.
but okay. Look, we just gotta have to settle this. That's all there is.
I think, yeah, absolutely. I'll wear my Daisy Dukes and we can run it.
Yeah.
If anybody's got a boat we can borrow, so we can actually have 2 different boats. That way we can actually see how this works.
Because I can film 2 of you on separate boats.
We'll get you a chase boat.
All right, I'm in.
If we start the Icy Tech one, we could like tow you.
Then I
both.
can't drink wine then. If I'm
You
operating
can
a
if
boat.
you're being towed.
I don't think so.
No, we just put you in a boat and me in a boat, and
I'll have like a tube.
no, and then us 4 will go. Us 4 will go. Me and Will go
I
in
like
my
the
boat.
idea of putting them in inner tubes.
Y'all go in a
Yeah.
different
It'd be a
boat.
great camera angle.
Live
too.
action. We'll get it going. I mean, when are we doing it?
That's
It's
actually
gotta happen
that's all I've
quick.
been doing all week is searching for boats on Marketplace. That's all I've been doing. Actually, for 2 weeks. Well, longer than that, but I've been sending them out like, hey, what do you think of this one?
I mean, I think it should happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Awkward.
I'd say loser has to do something really embarrassing, but Matt would voluntarily lose, and that would not be cool.
I also promise you that the loser will get enough on this show.
100.
I'm down. I remember by the second day, halfway through, somebody said, I just can't figure it out. They won't take the crickets. I'm going back to worms. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Do you want to know how I know that isn't a true statement? We didn't use crickets.
You brought
Not
crickets.
once. No, I did not.
What'd you bring?
I have never.
You brought something else with us on the second trip.
No.
Yes, you did.
You always brought the bait. Always.
I brought earthworms. You had something else you tried.
Pause for a second while I go pop some popcorn.
No.
I'm going to post up over here. And
I swore you brought
Crickets are
on the
great
second trip.
bait, but the reason that I won't use them is they're too close to spiders. I promise you I did not bring
I
crickets.
swore you brought something.
Camel
the second
crickets.
day.
Ooh,
There's only
Minnows,
one
maybe?
other
Did
thing.
you bring minnows?
Probably not for bluegill. The only other thing I think I could have brought, I'm not going to say in the air. When we get off, I'll say the other thing. But I didn't bring bait. You brought the bait.
Not the
You
first
brought-
trip.
you
Not
brought
with
red-
Billy. The
You
second
brought
trip.
earthworm, or you brought night crawlers, and you brought redworms.
Yes.
Those were the two things that you brought. I didn't ever bring
You
any.
can't even tell they're related, can you?
We are not really.
Dude, I really just picture this whole image of like, have you ever seen the movie A Knight's Tale?
No.
No? You need to. Because
That got Celine
it's
Dion in it?
No,
This is a direct result of two people are just itching to get out. Excuse me.
Flag on the play.
And that's it from the Icy Tech Studios.
Forever.
We just need to get out fishing. We're going stir crazy. That's what it boils down to. Some people go fishing at night. Some people fish during the day. I'm just itching to get out. I have not fished at all this year. I'm dying to get out.
I mean,
yeah, I'm in the same boat.
So I don't care if it's competition
Let's
or not.
go.
If it's an excuse to get out fishing, I'm game.
I'd love to.
He's like, I could care less.
The only reason we haven't gone yet is because neither of us own a boat.
I know.
what's wrong with bank fishing, you bougie people?
Nothing.
All right. How many banks are close?
We
to
can't.
us?
We can't get to our spot bank fishing.
Okay.
Then
So
how about
I
you're
mean,
gonna
we could.
you're
It
gonna
would
you're
just
gonna go
take
to
a
this
long ass
you're gonna
time.
go to the same chalk spot, and we're not gonna learn
Spots.
anything other than
Spots.
who gets it into the boat. I say to make it fair, neutral ground.
It's taken me 7 or 8 years to find these spots.
Sure.
It took Patrick one trip because I showed
You
him.
had never even been to
Okay.
that spot yet.
So
You said
hey,
you wanted to try that lake because you kept going to the other one. and
I'm
I
the
won't say what
referee.
it was.
I'm the referee. We're going to a neutral spot.
Fair enough.
You get
Spot
you
he's
get
never been to?
whatever,
Spot
100
I've
yards
never
back, wherever it is. Fish your
find a boat.
spot, right? No, you don't have to have a boat. I'm talking about just
Nope.
bank fishing.
Nope.
You want bank fish?
I'll do it.
Neutral ground.
I'll bring a boat.
You both prefer boats.
We gotta keep it on the
You
even
both
plane.
prefer to go find your spot. I say we take like 4 hours. Go plant your bad-mouthed selves. You know,
It didn't come out, just for the record. It was the first 2 letters did.
God knows. But
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
The third letter came out, which doesn't need the fourth letter.
right,
To make
or,
the
or
word.
was it the fourth letter that
I'm
came
gonna
out
listen to
before
the
the
playback.
third?
Skip the.
Pretty sure
Never
I
know.
stopped. Anyways, let's quit talking about
Sure, but anyway, so I to be fair,
To be fair.
it's I think to make it a real competition,
I agree.
you
Neutral
know,
water.
no pre-fishing, no anything. You get your stuff. That's what you're supposed to say on air. It's a family program. And
There's nothing family about this.
your dad.
Well, at least I'm not grandpa anymore.
Oh, you'll be pawpaw sometime. when
Dude,
you're
I'm
complaining about being old.
I'm gonna
Where's
make
your pinky.
I'm gonna make an entire promo for this. Like, I'm not kidding.
Oh, if I ever lose my pinky, I'm never drinking anything again. Not even water.
I'll make you I'll make you a hand like in Happy Gilmore.
Stop.
Okay.
The wooden one.
The gator got it.
Be my strong hand.
Not strong enough.
Put some lotion on it.
Wow. Where are you tonight?
It's from a movie, dude.
Saint it. Yeah. I don't know about the Knight's Tale, but we know about Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, right. It's the lotion in the bucket.
My face hurts.
Yeah, that was his nickname in high school.
Bucket of lotion?
Buffalo Bill.
It's
Buffalo,
7
Buffalo,
o'clock
hey,
yet.
Buffalo, Ohio
It's
Bill.
12 minutes past 7.
Buffalo, Ohio Bill.
To be continued. We need to figure this out. Seriously, we need to figure this out.
I'll-
I'm going with what you said, but I also agree with Matt. I'm not fond of bank fishing.
Sure, but it's not an option.
I'm fine with it, but
It's not as fun.
Sure. But we just told everybody that, you know, they can just have fun going and fishing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we've done that since we were 2.
Sure. But
Probably younger.
so I think you should show them bank fishing competition. Let's run it. We can do it in a 3-part thing. We could do one on a boat if you want. I don't care. You can fish off a jet ski or a tube. It doesn't matter. But the first one, we're going to bank fish. I'll pick the spot, and we'll run it. And nobody gets in trouble for a BUI.
Nobody what?
Gets in trouble for a BUI.
I've never been in trouble for BUI.
Right.
boating while intoxicated.
I know. That would be BWI.
Boating,
Under the
Under the
influence
whatever.
of fun.
I don't think he's gotten one either. You've never gotten in trouble for boating.
he doesn't meet the height
but
requirement to operate.
I do know somebody who got one.
Oh, I do too. But that's not us.
Right, because we'll be on the bank.
Well, once they see you're drinking box wine and you're on a boat, I'm pretty sure they're going to laugh at you before writing you a ticket.
It's fine. Laugh at me. Just get the ticket and just laugh. There he goes. That's what life's all about. No tickets. Just laugh.
Let's plan this out. But on a serious note, before we go, if you know of a venue in the counties of
Lake, Obion, Gibson, Carroll, Henry, Madison. What am I missing?
I mean, really, west of the river, east of Shelby, and,
that would be great.
Within an hour drive of Greenfield, Tennessee.
Not Hardeman, not Shelby, not,
right.
Whatever. Just keep it.
Not Shelby.
No.
In any case, any of those areas that Matt rattled off would be great. And we'd really like to try to get this done by June. I don't want to wait past June. So,
man, if we could get it done like late April, early May or something. Even,
well, I think April's going to be too short of notice.
Right.
So I think late May, early June.
If we went with he didn't think it was April yet, then we would have plenty of time.
That's a fact. Yeah. It's still March, True. Dad. We got plenty of time.
I got to take my medicine and go to bed.
Amen.
It's past my bedtime.
God, you sound old.
I know.
Got to take my medicine and go to bed.
Dude, I've been so tired lately. I don't know if it's the pollen or what.
It's not.
Tired of getting your ass kicked fishing.
What? Haven't even been fishing yet. So.
That was a zinger.
I wish it stung because I'd be like, that means I went fishing, and then I'd be happy. But
let's go eat.
Depressed. Me too. I want a burger.
Get your popcorn ready because it's gonna be a showdown. And there you go. And there's your promo.
And that's why you're at the desk.
We should get him a dunce cap.
Look, hey, let's get together, make a promo for this. We're gonna get everybody involved. I'm gonna make a couple of calls and see if we can have somebody cool from the fishing world there.
It's not crappie masters. This is the crappy masters.
It's fitting to be.
This could turn into like an annual tournament with people buying in and stuff.
Right.
Just saying.
Right. And all the proceeds go to charity and stuff.
You
and
have
then
to have a
get your
boat
fancy
with no
boats.
motor. We can make these all kinds of goofy rules.
Right.
I would
take
bring
the
a
engine
John
off my
boat,
$60,000
inner tube,
boat.
or kayak, PWCs, with no power. This could be actually kind of cool. This would be like a redneck Riviera fishing tournament.
Let's just start with y'all bank fishing.
That's just how my mind works, man.
No, and that's cool.
Adult rodeo.
It could be a thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I've golfed in a tournament before. It's bad. Not allowed back.
Did you finish?
Oh God.
He's not allowed back.
I'm not allowed back.
I'm assuming he made it to the seventh.
It was quiet. No, but like golf carts, no sand pits for golf carts. Stay on the cart path. I thought it was a suggestion. Like I thought it was like we don't think the golf cart will make it through. I was like, challenge accepted.
Sounds like a good Wine with Will episode.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have a gag order, you can't talk about it.
I move on from that.
Not yet.
All right, well, until next week, ask yourself, what are you grateful for? Live from Icy Tech Studios in West Tennessee, I'm Patrick.
I'm still Matt.
I'm Will.
And I'm Nick.
And we'll see you next week when we head back to the lodge.
Hey everybody, Nick here from Back to the Lodge. Just want to let you know this episode was brought to you by Mossy Oak, Icy Tech USA, and Higdon Outdoors. Just want to give our sponsors a big thank you to everything that they've done for us. And hey, if you want to catch us live each Wednesday night from 6 to 7, right here on our Facebook page, Back to the Lodge Podcast. You don't want to miss it. So until next time, we'll see you when we head back to the lodge.